What's going on? Will Freeman, RevolutionaryLifestyleDesign.com, talking to you about how to be more productive. By that I mean how to be more profitable, because that's the whole purpose of production in a business, is profit. By calculating your effective hourly rate. You could also refer to this as a billable hour in the same sense that a lawyer does. A lawyer is a perfect business system to be able to understand the concept. You know, it's a good lawyer. It's $1,500 to talk to him. That's how much my lawyer was to get responses to some questions I had in an email, and it was fantastic value. He's an expert and super knowledgeable. And a lot of these guys, you can have them on retainer, but it costs you $200 for a half an hour phone call. So that's the kind of model that you want to have in your business, to be able to drill down on that and to know what your first, second, third, fourth most profitable things are and what your hourly rate is. You know, one of my poker player clients, his hourly rate on some of the games is $400. Okay, some of the other games it's $100. So a lot of the work that we did was just finding him more hours in heads up hold'em and multiplayer hold'em, and keeping him out of games that lost money, right? Drilling down on, hey, look, your hourly rate's a negative on these types of games. Let's find, instead of 20 hours a week, let's find 40 hours a week, right? On hold'em. And his income's gone up to 50 grand a month because of that and because of some other measures. For me, the most profitable thing to do, hands down, is coaching. It's $1,000 a month for my peak performance coaching. It's a once a week call. Prices are going up soon, probably this month. But right now, that's the most profitable metric that I have. So being on a coaching call, which I like doing anyways, I like talking, I like helping people, is the most profitable thing I can do. And it's easy to calculate the hourly rate on that. Second most profitable thing I can do is create products. Okay? Products sell themselves passively. I sell at least one thing every day. Third most profitable thing is traffic. So producing one of these videos. Every time I put a video out, I know I'm going to sell a book for at least $50 minimum. Fourth most profitable thing, and because it's partly a gamble, is on money-making projects and audits like this. Meaning, I'm heading off to a cafe right now to do an audit on my coaching program, on pricing and a number of other different things. I've done a lot of audits, not all of them made me money. A lot of projects, not all of them made me money. But all my good ideas came out of doing these money-making projects. So that's the fourth most profitable thing. But I'm only interested in a project, if I think there's $5 grand a month in it to add to what I currently have. So in your business, it might be a bit harder to calculate your hourly rate, like if you have a product-based business, but really just take your salary or whatever you're making. Let's say you're making 25 grand a month, and divide that by the 40, 50, 60 hours you're working. And you can see how much your time costs. So that's going to make it really easy for you to get rid of time vampires, or to stay away from social media during your peak business hours, because you'll look through and say, shit, it cost me $150 an hour to talk to that employee who came in and just interrupted my productivity. Or it cost me $150 to be scrolling through Facebook. Or maybe it's $300 if you're a poker player, if you're operating a 7-figure business. And let's say you're not in the service business like I am, and it's a bit harder to calculate, what the most profitable things are. You just backwards engineer, what got me to this 25 grand a month. Okay? And you can look and see, well, hey, like one of my clients just secured a $2 million loan from the bank on top of a couple mil that he already had in investments. That salesmanship is by far the most profitable thing. And then taking that and just deploying it to the current suite of customers and the profitability that brings to the company. So you can look and say, all right, it cost me 2 months of time to negotiate this relationship with the bankers and the wining and dining and the documents and the lawyers and stuff like that. But the net result is 100, 200, 300% increase in profits, which is 100, 200, 300% increase in my hourly rate. So that hourly rate, effective hourly rate or billable hours concept has really been a game changer for me. Because it's a metric to judge everything else by too, Do you want to go for that business lunch when it costs you $150? Do you want to, it's what you measure everything by. Or, let's say you want to do some work at night. Let's say you're like me and you work a bit longer than most people. Well, now you're measuring a night out with some people that you kind of like, versus a potential project that's going to add 100% to your income. So you're judging that night off of being out with those people for 2 or 3 hours is going to cost me $300 in my effective hourly rate that could have been geared towards business. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's you work to be able to have a life. But if you feel like there's still a lot of juice in your business and you like doing money-making projects, then it really clarifies and crystallizes a lot of things. And it's not difficult to find those 1 to 4 things. And you should really only be doing those things. I got rid of so many fucking things that I was doing before. My Facebook page, 400 likes in 6 years. No one cares about my Facebook. I don't even update that. I don't even download the video from YouTube and add it as a link, as a native video in Facebook. I literally just let my software save my articles in SmarterQueue database and post whatever I post on my website to my Facebook and Twitter. That's the extent of my involvement on those. LinkedIn, I'm not even doing that anymore. It's just running through the old list of articles on SmarterQueue. I don't know if I've ever made $1 off LinkedIn. All my money comes from my site and my YouTube. YouTube probably becoming more profitable than the site at this point, because people like the video connection. They like to be able to engage with someone. It's much easier to sell a coaching package after having done a lot of videos than it was when I was just, from 2012 to 2015, I was only writing articles. YouTube itself is pretty terrible in converting. Maybe only 20 people come to my site per day from YouTube. But what it's great for is building a relationship with people who eventually will buy a high ticket service, like coaching, like my future products that are going to be courses and sold at much higher ticket. So, I send a newsletter now once a week. I upload the videos to SoundCloud once a week, which sends it all to all the other podcasts. I mean, even that was a compromise I had to make. I could not do the podcast at all, and I doubt it would cost me $1. That was more for the fact that, you know, there's guys like me who don't want to have YouTube on in your pocket while you're walking around. You want to be able to listen on the audio, and so that's why I keep doing it, you know, for a bit of reader experience. But I could cut that and it wouldn't matter. So many other dumbass projects I did that were a waste of time. And it's a total game changer. Sorry for the noise. Like 80% of the stuff that you're doing for your business probably isn't profitable. And half of that you probably could get rid of. The other half, you could either find a business system that does it for you, like SmarterQ, which does most of my social media uploading and management, or potentially delegate that to like an employee. You know how I don't like employees or people to manage, but half an employee for some menial tasks and stuff is definitely doable, so that you can spend the bulk of your time on stuff that's the most profitable. If you want a quick and easy way to know what's profitable, it's almost always going to be closing a deal. Like, my deals are closed on my sales page. But for my other business, you know, every Tuesday, my business partner and I are closing $10,000 deals for our clients. And that's an extremely, it's a highly profitable per hour business. So if you're in the business of real estate or anything else, any other high ticket business, closing deals is going to be your most profitable thing by far. Because you only get paid when you close, right? It's easy to think, well, you know, you make 10 grand a month or whatever, but a lot of the time it's only like 10 of those days you're getting paid, right? You know, 10 days where that $1,000 a month comes in. So if you increase the amount of time that you spend towards closing, you could get that from, you know, 10 days where you're closing a deal to 12, and then 14, and then 20, and then 25, and then 30, and then you're closing something every day, you know? That's why I love the fact that I have, you know, books and products, because I'm closing something every day, even while I'm asleep. With that said, that's a more of an advanced situation. You want to get the service popping first before the info products. But let's say you're closing 2 or 3 deals a month. Figure, like, how do I get that up to closing? You know, if I do the 80-20 rule, or even the 90-10 rule, and just cut all this other bullshit that I've been doing and delegate, you know, whatever I can, that doesn't have to be me doing it, and spend all my time closing, to where I can get that from 3 deals a month to a deal every day. You know, that's how you 10x your income. You 10x your income by just focusing on the things that are profitable. You might have a business where only one thing is profitable, and then that's all you have to do. When I was in sales, all I had to do was 100 calls a day, and I would do 40,000 in revenue. I had to do 40,000 in revenue just to keep my fucking job, okay? And I just did one thing every day. I called people, I followed up with clients. Actually, I should say 2 things. I called new clients. I called clients that I'd potential clients that I'd spoken to check up on deals, and then I serviced my current clients. It was the first half of my day. I was trying to bang out 100 calls as quickly as I could. In between those calls, I'd manage my current clients, put out any fires that I had. Also included going to any appointments I had to get new business. Okay. And then for the latter half of the day, between 3 till 5, I bang out leads for the next day. And that was my day every day. Basically doing like 3 things. And 3 things that were just a small variation on the same thing, which was being on the phone and selling people and managing those people. And this was a product that was like, okay. It wasn't a great product. So it wasn't even a great run company. It wasn't a well-run company at all. Morale was terrible. They just did one thing really well. They were up our asses on revenue. It was revenue, measuring our metrics, measuring our phone time, measuring our calls per day, measuring our deal flow, measuring where we were on each particular deal, getting us to estimate percentages of where, which deals would come in. Sales meeting every week, plus a daily sales meeting every day. All of that was on revenue coming in, based around those 1 to 3 things that we just did every day. Right? And that was it. So that's what you want to drill down to in terms of your business. What is my hourly rate? If you can't figure that out, take the day off, figure that out. It'll change your life. If you want some help with this, you want somebody to help you drill in what's the most productive, what's the most profitable thing that you can do, or how you can combine tasks to save time. Okay, I've started doing videos on the way to the gym. I'm doing video on the way to the coffee shop here. About to do a money-making project. If you want help with any of that stuff, time management, organization, productivity, profitability, holler at your boy, revolutionarylifestyledesign.com/coaching. If you want to be able to learn how to level up your income, check out my book, How to Sell, revolutionarylifestyledesign.com/products. Much love to you. Let me know that you enjoyed the video if you found it useful. Or if you didn't, let me know. Wish you all the best.